everyone today. I'm Isabel Baker, also known as Izzy Meditates, and I am a mindfulness meditation practitioner. I teach children as well as adults. And so today I'd like to share the gift of mindfulness. And my goal when I started to teach mindfulness is I wanted moms, parents, busy entrepreneurs, everyone who has a life to understand that you could practice mindfulness even if you're super busy. And so with mindfulness meditation, I like to let you know that it is paying attention in a simple way, in a simple, special way, without judgment. That is the basic definition of mindfulness. And so that's keep that in your heart as we do our meditation. And with this, I like to express the fact that you could meditate for 5 minutes. It could be 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever you're comfortable with. Start out small, 5 minutes, 10 minutes one week, 15 minutes the next week. But you don't have to devote a special 3 to 4 hour silent meditation. I think that kind of causes people to be fearful of trying to practice mindfulness. And so sometimes I will meditate 5 minutes before I drive my daughter to school. I'll meditate for an hour if I have that specific time. But every little bit counts. And it's an easy practice that you can have. You don't have to be in a special outfit and sit in a special way. I like to inform everyone of that as well. And so today we're going to do a mindfulness meditation together. And my hopes are that we open space to receive Carl and our other guests as we move into other practices. One other thing I like to mention is I began mindfulness meditation maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, and there were some tragic things in my life, and I was looking for a way to regulate my emotions. And so my journey began, and I love it. It's such a wonderful gift. And so today I'm here to share that gift with you. And so unfortunately, I'm unable to see where everyone is seated, but however you decide to sit is fine with me. So I invite you, you can sit crisscross applesauce the way that I am sitting. Sometimes if you're in a position where you feel comfortable laying on your back, you can lay on your back as well. If standing is good for you, feel free to stand. And as you're finding that space and place, if you need to grab a drink or anything like that to have next to you, warm tea, maybe water, feel free to go and grab that as well. And again, I'm so happy to have you guys. And as we're finding that space, I like to also invite you to close your eyes or to keep your eyes open, whatever you're comfortable with. And as we're going into this space, feel free to loosen your body. Your hands could go on your knees or by your side. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Taking another deep breath in and a deep breath out. One last deep breath in and a deep breath out. I invite you to begin to breathe at a normal pace. Allowing parts of your body to let go. And as you're breathing in and breathing out, begin to loosen up your feet a little. Loosen up your legs a little. Begin to loosen up your arms And loosen up the torso, the chest area. If you feel the need to, you can take your hands and place them on your chest. Begin to loosen up around the neck, around the shoulders. Another place to let go is the face, the jawline, the eyebrows. Sometimes I will gradually touch my eyebrows if I feel that there's some tension in the eyebrows. Begin to rub my jawline if I feel like there's tension in my jawline. And as we continue to breathe at a regular pace, often we'll have thoughts that come and go, and that's okay. Imagine the ocean meeting the shore. Thoughts come in and they gently roll out. Thoughts roll in and they gently roll out. Sometimes we'll feel sensations in our body, itching, discomfort in the way you're sitting. Feel free to move as you please. We are accepting all forms of thought, emotions, sensations without judgment. Continuing to breathe at your regular pace. And sometimes when our thoughts come in, there are many ways to get back to breathing. If a thought comes in, we can allow it to come in, allow it to go out, and begin to focus on the breath once again. Sometimes when thoughts come in for me, I may recite a mantra, clear and bright, clear and bright. Another mantra that I feel is super helpful is calm and peace. Calm and peace. Continuing to breathe at your regular pace. Feeling your body becoming more and more at ease. And if by chance your body is not feeling at ease, that's okay. Mindfulness is a practice that can go with you wherever you go. It can be practiced freely and without judgment. Continuing to breathe at your regular pace. Mhm. And before our meditation comes to an end, I like for us to take 3 deep cleansing breaths and letting it go. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Taking another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And as we're taking our last deep breath in, imagine peace, love, joy. Taking that deep breath in and letting go, breathing out anything that's not meant for you. Continuing to breathe at your regular pace. Continuing to breathe at your regular pace. Peace and calm. Peace and calm. Peace and calm. Clear and bright. Clear and bright. Mindfulness is a part of us. It's in our heart. It's in our mind. It's a space in which we can move freely without judgment. And as our meditation will come to an end, we like to wish well to ourselves. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. And may I live life with ease and without suffering. We also like to wish our family and our friends and those who are close to us, we like to wish them well. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be safe. May they live life with ease and without suffering and in peace. Next, we will move on to wish well to those who are acquaintances, people who we see every day. Maybe a young lady at the coffee shop or someone at Walmart that we know. Mhm. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be safe. And may they live life with ease and in peace and without suffering. Next, we like to wish well to those who we may not share the same energy path. Those who are not very fond of us, and maybe we're not too fond of them as well. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be safe. And may they live life in ease and in peace and without suffering. And next, we're going to send out well wishes, loving kindness to the entire universe. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be safe. May they live life in ease and in peace and without suffering. I'd like to invite you to begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes a little bit. Move your head side to side. And to begin to gradually open your eyes as you're ready. And as you're opening your eyes, the last exercise I like to do is what I call a self-love hug. And so we're going to extend our arms way up high, feeling that stretch, feeling that your arms reaching out to the universe, bringing them down to your side, and slowly bringing them inward. Give yourself a nice big hug. And we will do this one more time. Gradually lift your arms way up high, stretch way up to the universe. Bring them down slowly, gradually bringing them into yourself. And giving yourself a great big hug. Thank you. That, my friends, is mindfulness. It can be short, it can be long. You can take portions of that practice and apply them to everyday life. And if anyone has any questions, you can find me under Izzi Meditates across all platforms. Message me anytime. I love to connect with people and I love to help. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Izzy. That was beautiful. And I just have to say, there is a green orb at the bottom, what is that, left-hand corner of the screen.
Oh, I see.
Do you see that? This like angel
Wow.
is like amazing. So I needed to share that. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For all my friends here, to everyone that's present, if you look in the chat box, you can see Izzy's Instagram and Facebook. So there's information there for you to follow her if you want to know more. And also stick around because after my session, we're having a Q&A. And so if you have any questions, if Izzy's still around, you can ask her there. And now, my loves, it is time for us to move on to the one and only Mr. Carl Powell. Carl, we're all yours. You'll have to unmute yourself, my love, because we can't hear you.
Okay, you can hear me now.
Yes, we can.
All right, so we're just going to start up with our feet a little wider than our hips, rooted into the earth. And just feel your feet rooted into the earth. Qigong is a moving meditation. My meditation today is just about finding this moment. Let yourself kind of rock side to side. So we're just going to find this moment. We're going to pause in the center. Our right thumb is going to go right below the belly button. Left hand cups on top, lower jaw to end. We're going to relax our eyes. You can close them or just look down to the earth as we focus on our breath. Breath is in deeply through your nose, filling your belly with air. And then as you exhale, we're going to open our mouth, release the breath, and feel the breath leave your hand. And then you just continue taking long, deep, judgment-free breath. Relax your forehead. Allow your thoughts to relax and just breathe. Check your neck and your shoulders. Relax. Long, deep breath. Wherever you are, we're going to take one more long, deep, judgment-free breath. As you feel prepared, our soft eyes will open. We're just going to rub our hands together. Start creating warmth, bringing our chi to our hands. Breathe. And then just shake out your hands. Palms facing back. We're going to push all of our regrets from the past year behind us. So we're letting go here of the past. Relax your shoulders. We're just going to bring our focus to all of the things that no longer serve us, that we don't want to drag into 2023. So just let all of that go. Letting go of all negative, unwanted energy. And just breathe. And then we're just going to relax our arms. Our palms are going to turn up. And we're going to gather all of the positive, all of the wonderful things that happened in 2022. And we're going to pull that into our hearts, into our spirit. All the wonderful things that 2022 brought to us. We're going to hold on to, breathe. And then just release your hands. Pushing negative behind us. Inhale. And exhale, just relax your hands. Pulling all the positive energy into us. And then release. Negative, pushing it all back. Letting it go. And release. Pulling in the positive. We're going to turn our hands forward. And now we're going to push all of our worries about 2023 in front of us, because it's all in front of us. And we won't worry about it. We're just going to let it go. Breathe. All your dreams and intentions. And then just relax your hands. Give your body a little shake out. Finding this moment here. We're going to run our hands along our sides and we're going to breathe right along your side in this moment. And these hands right along your sides and just relax. Just running your fingertips right along your side. Inhale. And just be in this moment. Twice more. Inhale. In this moment. And release. One more time with your breath. Just flow. Easy release. Let's just shake out our arms. Shake out your hands, let your shoulders go, breathe. Just shaking it off. Finding your center. We're going to bring our focus to our feet next. As we inhale, we're going to lift up onto our toes. And as we exhale, we're going to come down to the earth with our heels. And then just pat your heels on the earth. Pat, 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 pat. Breathe. Lifting onto your toes as you inhale. Heels float down to earth. And then just pat, 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 pat. Let your shoulders go with you. Relax. Lifting onto your toes. floating down, pat, pat, pat. Shoulders, breathe. One more time, just inhale. Floating down, pat, pat, pat. And then just relax in the center. Our right hand is going to reach out to the side. Flex your palm like you're touching a wall. And then as you exhale, just let that hand float back down. Left hand, inhale. And then we're going to touch the wall and let your hand float back down. Right hand out to the side, inhale. Touching the wall. And floats down. One more time, inhale out to the side. Touch the wall. And floats all the way down. Both hands reach out. Touch the wall. And our hands float down. As our arms go out to the side, we're going to lift onto our toes. Inhale. Touch the wall. And then easy, just float back down. Heels on you. Inhale. Out to the side. Touch the wall. And our hands float down. Inhale. Touching the wall. Hands float down. Do that one more time. Just flowing, touching, and floating down. Little shake out. Breathe. We're going to interlace our fingers and just relax our hands down, holding up the sky. As we inhale, we're going to lift energy from earth to our heart, flipping your palms over. We're going to reach up to the sky and just hold up the sky. Relax your shoulders here and just breathe. Releasing the fingers, inhale and exhale. Lacing the fingers together. Inhale to the heart. Exhale to the sky. Release, inhale. And exhale. Flow through, holding up the sky. Breathe, stretch. Inhale, exhale. Holding up the sky. Breathe. Easy release. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Flow. Inhale. Up to the sky. Stretch. Inhale and exhale. Easy little shake out. Rock side to side. Feel the chi beginning to flow. Excuse me. We're going to open up our neck next. Just turn around. We're going to lace our hands together behind us, and the hands reach down to the earth. And we're just going to bring our chin down to our collarbone. And just open up the back of your neck. Hands reaching to the earth. And just breathe. Lifting the head to center. Hands are going to go over onto the left butt cheek. Relax your shoulders. And then take your right over to your right shoulder. Just breathe. Really relax your left shoulder. Opening your neck. Let it go. Breathe. Enjoy your breath here. And then we'll bring our head back to center. Hand center, reach for the earth. Chin to your collarbone. Just breathe. Lifting the head. Hands go right. Relax our shoulders. Left ear to the shoulder. Really relax that right shoulder. Open up, breathe. Head comes center. Hands come center. One more time. Look down and stretch down. Breathe. Easy lifting our focus. Half circles with our head. Ear to the shoulder. Chin down to the collarbone. Ear to the shoulder. Pause there. Inhale and exhale and flow. Just going side to side. Sending lubrication to our neck. And breathing. Breathing in this moment. Nothing before this. Not worrying about the past. Nothing after this. Not worrying about the future. What's going to come next? Just be right here. Breathe. Wherever you are, twice more, just side to side. And when you finish, just bring your head to center. Release your hands, interlock and tap, opening up the energy in between your fingers. And just breathe. Tapping is generous. You can tap soft, or if you have more energy, you can tap a little harder. Up to you. Just breathe. And then in between our thumbs, hold a lot of tension in our hands. And we have more joints and muscles that change sides in our hands than anywhere else in our body except our feet. Except our feet. And then just shake up those hands. We're going to pause for a moment, relax your eyes, and just feel the chi flowing through your body. Breathe. Shoulders relaxed, soft eyes open. Shifting of weight. Shifting of weight happens about 10% of your body weight at a time. We're going to take 100% of our body weight over to the right so that our left foot is empty. And we're going to begin to transfer 10, 20, at 50%, you're right in the center. Continue until you have an empty foot. Body weight and energy into the earth. Shift. Then just a little. Where's your breath? Remember to breathe. Shifting. Shoulders relax. Energy into the earth. Shifting of weight. Breathe. Twice more, just side to side. Shift 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. One more time. We're going to find the center, root into the earth, sinking the chi. Palms out to the sides. We're going to gather chi, bring it into our heart. Then our hands float back down to earth. Scooping up energy, gathering our chi, inhale. Exhale, our hands float down. Sinking chi. Inhale. Into you. Hands float all the way down. Sinking the chi. Let yourself flow. Into your heart. Hands float down. Inhale. Into our heart. Hands float down, easy. Twice more. Scoop up into your heart. Hands float down. One more time. Gather into your heart. Hands float all the way down. And just relax here and take a breath. Shifting our weight over to the right. Left foot empty. And then we're just going to step in. Hold for 2 pulses. Pulse 1 and 2. Step open. Start to shift. Breathe. Empty foot. Step in. Hold for 2. And 2. And then we're just going to open up in the center and soften into the earth. Sinking the chi. Breathing. Hands float down. Gather into you. Hands float down. Arms are light, weightless. Breathe. Melting down. One more time with your breath. Enjoy it. Hands melt all the way down. We're going to shift our weight and then step in. Right palm flexes and pushes to the earth. Left hand is up. Breathe. Left knee is going to come up to rooster stands on one leg. And just breathe. Do your best. And then step down. We're going to step out wide and shift. Breathe. Empty foot in. Left palm. Right hand. Breathe. Balance. Do your best. Balance is a practice. Step down. Step open. Soften into the earth. A little shake out. Breathe. Shake out your arms. Our arms are going to reach out to the side. And then like wings, float back down. Inhale out to the side. Look like we touch the wall and then just fly. Inhale. One more time, inhale. Hands float down. Sinking the chi. Gather that energy up into you. Melting down. Sinking the chi. Gather into you. Floating down. Twice more, arms weightless. Breathing. One more breath. In. Hands float down. We're going to reach out to fly and shift your weight. And then step in. Find a place in front of you that's not moving. That's going to be our focal point as the rooster stands on one leg. And we practice. Breathe. Step down. We're going to fly over to the left. Step open. Fly. Shift. Find a focal point. Rooster stands on one leg as we practice. Step down. We're going to just fly to the center. Energy sinks into the earth, sinking the chi. Lost one of my feet. Float down. Gathering energy, arms weightless. Float down. Twice more, just let yourself go. Breathe in this moment. One more time. Into us. We're going to fly over to the right. Shift. Step in. Rooster stands on one leg. Tap down. Fly. Breathe. Shift. Rooster stands on one leg. Tap down. Fly to the center. And then just melt. Easy little shake out. Excuse me, breathe. Hips rock side to side. Breathing. Pause in the center. Rooted into the earth. In this moment, we're going to sink the chi. Hands float down. Gather into you. Floating down. Twice more. Gather. Melt. Once more. Flow. We're going to fly to the right. Step in. Focus. Rooster stands on one leg. Step down. Fly. Shift. Focus. Stand on one leg. Come center, fly. And then melt into the earth. Little shake out, breathe. Relaxing in the center. Palms are going to push back. Nothing before this. And relax. Hands come up. Push the future ahead of us. Nothing after this. And relax. Just this moment. One more time, just this moment. Lightly touching yourself. Hands float down. Nothing before this. Push back. And relax. Nothing after this. Pushing the future ahead. No worries. And release. Twice just in this moment. One more time in this moment. Here we're going to give ourselves a hug. And in this moment, I am loving myself. We're just going to focus on breathing in self-love. Acknowledge the warmth in your hands. Pulling in self-love. Relax your toes. Breathe. Rooted into the earth, loving yourself. Rooted in love. We're going to flex our palms and just push all negative energy out to the side. And then push it away from you. Pushing all negative energy to the side. Breathing. Hands float down. Palms back, nothing before this. And relax. Pushing forward, nothing after this. Just this moment, twice. Enjoy that. One more time along your side. Giving yourself a hug. And in this moment, I am loving myself. Pushing all negative energy aside. Hands relax. Nothing before this. Nothing after this. Just this moment. One more time in the moment. Loving myself. Pushing all negative energy aside. Our hands are going to reach up to the sky. And we're going to say to ourselves, or you can say out loud, I am magnificent. I am magnificent. I am magnificent. Two loose twists, we're going to bend our knees, come down to our power center and pull powerfulness in. I am powerful. Let's do that again. I am powerful. Twice more. I am powerful. One more time. I am powerful. Let's come up. A little shake out. Last one for me. Nothing before this. Nothing after this. Just this moment. Remember, we do that twice. Really get into this moment. Feel yourself. It's okay to touch yourself. Loving myself. Pushing all negative energy aside. Hands up, knowing that I am magnificent and I am powerful. Rise up, hands to our hearts. Thank you so much for joining me. Until we meet again, namaste.
Thank you so much, Carl. Namaste. That was
Namaste.
incredible. Thank you so much. Everyone, I hope you are feeling amazing and just having that chi flowing through your body. Pat says, love the hand tapping rooster sequence, and I am. Thank you. You're welcome, Pat. I'm sure all of you already know how to find Carl, but just in case you don't, I've put his contact for Facebook and Instagram in the chat box. So make sure that you follow him if you're not already. And now, my loves, slight change to the schedule. We did have Claudia Miko, who was going to be joining us for a little hypno fit at this moment, but she has fallen ill. So if we can all just take a moment, placing our hands on our heart. And whether you know Claudia or not, we're just going to imagine her in our mind. And if you don't know who she is, just see her name, Claudia, and imagine a golden light pouring over her, filling her up with a life force energy that is healing and that will allow her to get better quickly so she can continue going out into the world and doing all the great stuff that she does. And as we send this beautiful golden light to Claudia, it is reflected back to us, and we also absorb this loving, healing energy. Let's take a deep breath in together. And exhale. Livy says, so beautiful, thank you. That is for you. And Carl, also Izzy says, I so needed that. And iPhone says, thanks so much. So you've done some great stuff for us today, Carl. Thank you. Now, my loves, my name is Paul Galloro, for those of you I'm meeting for the first time. And in my little session today, oh, Elaine says mahalo, mahalo. In my session today is an Arise meditation. Arise is a program that I've created to help you set the tone for your day. Set your mind and your body to the frequency, the direction, whatever it is, so that you can have a day that you can face with grace and with joy. Now, it is said the way you spend the first hour of your morning will have a great impact on the rest of your day. And that's why I created this, this program, so that we can start our day with ease. Now, we always start our Arise session with a little bit of reflection. If you have a journal with you, I invite you to bring it out, grab a pen, and I'm going to show on the screen what the typical start page looks like when we get together. And I'm also going to explain a few things before I bring on the screen. And just a heads up, I do consider myself an astrologer, and I bring astrology into all aspects of what I do, whether it's fitness, yoga, my one-on-one coaching. And the reason for this, I don't believe that the planets make us do anything. I don't believe that it's fated like that. We have free will and we can do whatever it is that our hearts desire. But I do believe that the way I see it with astrology is that these planets, you know, honestly, I think of astrology like the longest running, most salacious soap opera of all times. Because if we look at these planets as characters, they kind of tell a story. Now, salacious is maybe a little more dramatic than it really is, but the planets are aspects of ourselves. And when we see the way they interact with each other, it gives us some insight and reflection. Will it have an effect on us? Maybe. Can it tell us something? Like, you know, sometimes people turn to scripture, or they turn to, classic stories to have an understanding of life so that they can kind of navigate their own self. That's how I see astrology is. That being said, I'm going to put on the screen just a little something to give you an idea of where we are in the universe right now. So all the times that you see listed here are for Eastern Standard Time, and specifically just outside of Toronto where I live. I think it's important that we know when the sun rises and sets and when the moon rises and sets, because it does something that we haven't done in a really long time, and it connects us to nature in a way that we used to way before technology and way before the Industrial Revolution, etc. So where I live right now, the sun comes up around 8 a.m. And it sets around 5 p.m. The beauty is, in the Northern hemisphere here now, the days are getting longer. Though the sun isn't coming up any earlier just yet, the days are getting longer. Because we're in the energy of the full moon, we experienced the full moon yesterday. The moon sets when the sun is rising, or around the same time, and the moon rises when the sun sets, or close enough. Now here, what you see in this bottom part of the screen is where the placements are of the planets according to where we are in the universe. So this first one, the sun is in Capricorn. So if you were born in the Capricorn season, happy solar return to you. The moon is currently in Cancer. Cancer is the opposite side of Capricorn. And I'm going to tell you a little story about that in a moment. And then we have Mercury, which is currently retrograde in Capricorn. Venus, which is our heart, is in Aquarius, and Mars is in Gemini. Mercury reflects our mind, Venus our heart, and Mars the way we act. Now, I won't get into too much detail about that, but I want to talk about the full moon. So all of the zodiac signs are archetypes. Capricorn is the archetype of structure. Most Capricorns like things structured. They're very meticulous in the way they do things. They like efficiency. And so with the sun in this area, regardless of what our zodiac sign is, even if we know it or not, with the sun in Capricorn, the sun represents our conscious awareness. So our conscious awareness is kind of in this direction of getting things in order. Interestingly enough, New Year, we set intentions, we set resolutions. It's a very Capricorn thing to do. So the timing is perfect. Cancer, on the other side of the zodiac, is all about nurturing. It's about self-care. When they say when you're flying on an airplane, and if you're in you put on somebody else, you put on your mask first before you put on somebody else's. That's a very Cancer thing about taking care of ourselves so that we can be of service to others. Now, with if you were, I like to give analogies. If Capricorn was a house, Cancer makes it a home. So Cancer is a little bit more of an energy of feeling. And interestingly enough, it is a water sign, and water is all about emotion. But that's why our full moon reflection question today is, what changes do I need to make in my daily routine in order to prioritize self-care? As I left that pause there, I'm sure something popped into your mind. If you have a journal, just write any thoughts and keep writing as I speak. I invite you to do that. And the beauty of our experience today is that both Izzi and Carl, and soon I will, have provided some easy self-care things that we can do that will have a great impact on our nervous system, on our body, on our mind, on our emotions, and on how we show up in the world. I am magnificent. Whoa, can you imagine if you repeated that to yourself at least 3 times as soon as you woke up? That energy carrying you through the day. Oh, how powerful will you be showing up in your day? Or with what Izzi gave us about that mindfulness. Can you imagine carrying mindfulness through your day? How strong and how more impactful and how more present we can be and more in control. I'm a student of A Course in Miracles. If you're unfamiliar with this, it's a text that kind of guides you through these lessons that help you dismantle the thought system of fear, which is the dominating thought system of this world, and reminds us of the truth of who we are, which is love. And each daily lesson breaks down the fear-based thinking, which if we're not mindful, as Izzi taught us, and if we're not remembering our magnificence, like Carl taught us, we can easily get swept up in all the fear-based thoughts and energies that are just, flooding this world. That being said, when we show up as the truth of who we are, love, set our intention for the day to shine love, then we can easily I don't want to say push back, but we can easily maneuver and navigate those feelings so that we can be bringing more love to this planet, because I'm sure we can all agree we need a lot more of it here. Now, I know I've spoken enough. I'm going to stop my share screen right now, but please keep this idea of what kind of changes do I need to make in my daily routine to prioritize self-care as we come into some movement. Now, I invite you to, you can stay seated on the ground, which I'll show you in a moment, or I will be in a chair. So if you're seated in a chair, our practice works wonderful there as well. So take a moment, sit bones grounded, spine long. And then as you settle yourself in, just take a deep breath in. And one of my favorite mudras, if you're unfamiliar with a mudra is a hand placement. It's called Eagle Mudra. And we're going to be opposite here right now. So just follow along with my words. Take your left hand, place it on your chest, and kind of position it in a way that you can feel your heartbeat. Then take your right hand Link your thumbs together and then take your right hand across your chest. If you're sitting on a chair, I have these arm rests here. I'm gonna just scooch myself a little bit forward. You can do the same or just be up against the chair back behind you. But then you can turn your eye gaze to the earth or close your eyes completely if that feels better and feel your heartbeat. Bring your mind to your heartbeat, just as Izzi showed us earlier. And one of the best ways that we can come into the present moment is to breathe. So as we feel our heartbeat, let's inhale and try to count how many heartbeats you can feel as you inhale fully. And then as you exhale, try to match the same number of heartbeats. Let's repeat that again a few times. As you inhale, count your heartbeats. Feel your abdomen, ribs, and chest. And as you exhale, soften your chest, ribs, abdomen. Continue breathing just like that. And you may notice that as you breathe, your heart rate starts to shift a little bit. Maybe you notice a little tiny minuscule space increase in between each heartbeat. And if that's the case, wonderful. And if that's not the case, also wonderful, because it just tells us that we're here. Let's take one more deep in-breath. And as you exhale, lift your heart, open up your mouth, and exhale a sigh. Now let's lace our fingers together. Press palms forward, round your spine. As you inhale, reach your palms up to the sky, open up your heart, and exhale. Now pull elbows towards your hips. And now inhale, round your spine like a cat again, and bring the back of your hands together as you reach them forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, elbows to waist, open heart. Breathe in, round your spine, back of your hands meet. Continue breathing in, touch the sky. And exhale, open up your heart, pull your elbows to your hips. Now our chest is lifted, and maybe we repeat to ourselves, I am magnificent. Because yes, you are. One more time, round your spine, exhale. Inhale. Now let's say to everyone here, you are magnificent. As you exhale, shine your heart forward. Let's round our spine. And because we're this beautiful collective, as we inhale, reach up, we're this beautiful collective that has spent this time together this morning. Let's exhale and say, we are magnificent. And say it like you mean it. Yes, one more time, rounding forward. Inhale. And exhale. If you're in your chair, take your feet wider than your hips, elbows to thighs, and hinge forward. If you're seated on the ground, just walk your hands forward till your hands are on the earth. And then wherever you are, let's pendiculate here. Just wiggling side to side a little bit. Loosening up any stickiness that you might be feeling in your low back. And then let's walk ourselves up, nice and tall. If you're on a chair, hands come onto the back of your chair. If you're on the ground, press into the earth. Lift your heart to the sky and just wiggle around. A little pendiculation as you stretch into your chest. Inhale to center. Let's take one hand to our right side, left arm up and over. You can look to the sky and again pendiculate. What is pendiculation? I'm sure you know it, but in case you don't, it's this wiggling action that you do to loosen up the connective tissue. Inhale through center. And take it to the other side. I hope that feels good. It feels really good for me here. Take one more deep in-breath, rise up. And then let's take our left hand to our right side. Just a gentle twist, and you can pendiculate here if you'd like. And then inhale, center to the other side. Exhale. Wiggle. Let's come through center. And if you're seated on the ground, Bring yourself to all fours and let's meet in a forward fold. If you're on a chair, rise up with me as you're able. You're welcome to stay there if you want. And then take your chair so that the seat is facing you. Place your hands on the chair and then take a deep inhale. Wherever you are, if you're folded here, take hands to shins and let's all rise up halfway to a long neutral spine. And as we exhale, stay as you are, please. As we exhale, fold in half. You can keep your hands on the chair or bring them to the earth. And again, pendiculate, wiggle, shake your head out, no, and then yes. And then slowly rise up. We're rolling. Bring hands to thighs, stand tall. Let's touch the sky. Inhale, rise up. As we exhale, take a seat into an imaginary chair, hands to thighs. Now, if you're working with the chair, remember, you can bring your hands to the chair anytime, or you can go to the ground if you want to. For those of us without the chair, we can bring our hands right to the floor, fold. Now, wherever you are, inhale, halfway lift, spine parallel to the earth. And as we exhale, hands to the ground or the chair, step your right foot back and keep your left foot forward, so knee is directly over ankle. Now, lovers, with the chair, you can stay here, or if your hands can stay on the ground, or hands to thighs as we rise up. From here, engage your inner thighs. Let's link our fingers together one more time. Press forward and up. Take a deep inhale. And let's do that movement again to open up our chest. Exhale, open up heart. Brace your abdominals here. We're rounding our spine. Bring the back of your hands to meet. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do this twice more. Three's a charm, right? Breathe in, rise up. One more time. Circle round. Touch the sky. And exhale. Pull your elbows in towards your hips. And then hands to your chair or the earth. We're stepping back to a downward facing dog. So now, from here, I'm going to remain in my chair here. As you can see, my hands are on the chair. And then no matter where we are, whether we're on the floor or on the chair, just start to pedal it out a little bit. And lift one heel and then the other. And you can wiggle. What I like to do is, as I lift one heel, I drop that armpit down and look away from my lifted heel. And then the other. This just gives you a little bit of a wiggly twist. I believe we stepped our right foot back last time. I already forgot. So bring your right foot forward if I remember. Yeah, I think that should be right? We're on the other side. As long as you're on the other side, it's all good. Engage inner thighs and rise up. Remember, knee is over ankle. We can keep our hands on the chair, floor, or rise up. Let's touch the sky. Breathe in. And exhale, pull elbows towards hips. Heart lifted, navel to spine. Let's round here, separating our shoulder blades. Breathing in. Exhale. What's another I am that you can say to yourself in these next few rounds? What about inhaling? I am gorgeous as you pull it down. Let's go one more time. Whatever word comes to your mind as you inhale, rise up. I am. And then say it like you mean it, out loud. If you were all unmuted, I would hear these beautiful words. Let's take our hands to the earth or chair, step back, and pedal it out. Oh, wiggle here. Now, my loves, we're going to do just a little bit of upper body stuff here. If you're on the chair, just make sure that your chair is sturdy and firm. If you're on the ground, know that you can be on your toes or knees for any of this stuff. Now think of rounding your spine like a cat stretch. As you inhale, lift your heels, round your spine, and glide forward so shoulders are over wrists. Find a long neutral spine, soften knees, push up and back, downward dog. We're going to do this twice more. Inhale, heels lift, caterpillar forward, shoulders over wrists, and back. Just make sure on your chair you're pressing downward. One more time, inhale, glide forward. Big smile, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward to hands. Hands to the earth or chair, wherever you are. Bend your knees, hands to thighs. Now slowly roll up and then shake it all out. We're going to open up the front line of our body with something known as the bioenergetic arch here. So it's going to look a little different than what we might be used to. For those of you that practice yoga regularly, you may have seen a standing camel. Similar, but we're going to just look at our foundation a little differently. Take your feet so that they're shoulder distance or slightly wider than that if you need more stability. Toes may be turned out if needed. Now we're going to bend our knees, but let our knees pass our toes, okay? So here's the part where it gets a little iffy. Heels will remain down on the earth though, okay? So we're not weight bearing here so much. Soften your knees. Now tuck your pelvis under. Take 2 fists to the top of your butt and start to open up the front of your body. Keep chin close to chest. So now check this out, what's going to happen. As we inhale, we'll lengthen our legs slightly. So we come out of the bend. And then as we exhale, we'll bend our knees just a little bit, but keep lifting heart. Then we'll do this twice more. Inhale. Exhale with an open mouth. One more deep in breath. Now inhale, rise up, stand tall. Take your hands to your thighs and slide all the way down as you fold. Hands to chair if you need to. And then wiggle and pendiculate in your forward fold. We're going to repeat that one more time. Soft knees, slowly roll all the way up. Stand tall, knees bend, past your toes, fist to the top of your butt, tuck pelvis, chest, chin towards chest. Now remember, lengthening out of our low back as we lift our heart and sink. Inhale, lengthen legs, keep knees soft, and exhale, bend knees. Through our mouth, inhale. One more time, inhale. Rise up. Hands to the back of your legs, slide all the way down to fold. Wiggle it out. Shake your head out, no, and then yes. Now deep knee bend, hand to thighs. Slowly roll up. Wiggle out your shoulders. I did say 3's a charm. We only did 2 of those. We're going to do 1 more. This is going to be the one to open us up and really activate our nervous system for the rest of the day. So tailbone is tucked under. Open up, knees bent. 3 breaths through our mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let out a sound. Next time we inhale, exhale. Rise all the way up and fold. Hands slide down the front of your thighs. Let it go. Oh, so we've taken care of our bodies this morning. We've settled into our minds. And now we orient our spirit to be expressive and joyful through the day. So we're going to take it into contemplation. For those of us that are doing our contemplation from the floor, just step one leg back and then the other. Come all the way down and have a seat. If you're working with the chair today, take hands to thighs, roll up, and find a seat in your chair. And I'm going to settle myself here as we come into contemplation. Now, my loves, for these next few moments, we're going to spend some time with our hands on our heart. What was that on my forehead? That was weird. Sorry. So from here, once again, with Eagle Mudra, take your left hand onto your heart, right hand on top, your thumbs connect, and just let your hands. So it's known as Eagle Mudra because as we bring our hands to our heart and our fingers spread out, it's like we're opening up the energy of our heart. So just place it here, and as you sink into where you're seated, just tilt your pelvis back slightly. It's like your hip bones are coming back, your pubic bone's going forward. It's so slight, you can only feel it internally. You won't really see much, but it'll lengthen your low back. and give you that sense of stepping away from your thoughts for a moment. Eye gaze to the floor, or you can close your eyes if that feels more comfortable. And take a couple breaths to settle in. And so we had this experience this morning of various self-care techniques, practices, ideas, thoughts, words that we can use that really honor who we are and our truth. Now, without overthinking it, or as Claudia Miko likes to say, don't make a big deal about it. Settle in to this moment with the question, what shifts or changes do I need to make in my daily routine to prioritize my self-care? And just notice what words, thoughts, images, or ideas bubble up. If you notice that your mind starts to wander or go to places that your brain or your logical thinking thinks isn't in the direction of that reflection question, I invite you to consider that maybe it's just taking the long way to get there, and sink back and just watch. It is said that if we quiet our mind enough, we can hear the whispers of our heart. And just as Izzi reminded us earlier, mindfulness is a practice, as is quieting our mind enough to listen to our heart. So stay focused on your breath. Continue sinking back and away from your thoughts. And just be right here. Now take a deep in-breath. Let out a gentle sigh and release this experience. Bringing our palms together at our heart center. I love you all very much. Thank you for your presence today. Thank you for trusting not only me, but Carl and Izzi to guide you through this mindful movement melody. And know that we love you all very much. From the entirety of my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you so much, my loves. That concludes the movement portion, but please stick around for our Q&A. I'm going to call it a heart circle, because if you don't have questions and you just want to share in the space, we can do that together. So why don't we all start by going to, first of all, I'm going to just address what is said here. Pat says, I never heard the term pendiculation. Everyone should pendiculate in the morning when they arise. It's true. I'm totally enriched after your segment. You're welcome, Pat. I love you. Thank you for being here. So my loves, if you're not there already, go to the top right-hand corner of your screen, click view, and then put it on gallery so that we can see each other's gorgeous faces. I see Elaine and Iris here and Janice. Hi, Janice. We haven't met yet. I'm Paul. Linda's there, and Jen, and Carl, and Izzy, and Pat, and Linda, and Karen, and iPhone, and Julianne, and Jennifer. I love you all. So I'm going to zip it because I tend to suck all the air out of the room. Does anyone have any questions or anything that you like to share or express in this space?
I'm
guess,
picking Linda.
all right, I'll say something.
You go first. Yeah.
With that pendiculation, I just thought that was really neat because it just gives you some extra spinal rotation that I think everybody needs. And yeah, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, you're welcome. And you can pandiculate anywhere at any time. Pandiculation and mindfulness, they're like the power couple of body mind stuff. So thanks for that reflection, Pat. Was there somebody else? Carl, were you saying something?
No, I was just saying how wonderful it was to see everybody and everybody. And Izzy, I'm so glad we got that chance because I met Izzy on Instagram and we just kind of started to communicate back and forth. And it took us about a year to finally speak on the phone and realize that we were supposed to be friends. But that's a wonderful thing. And I love you all. I'm just so glad, Elaine. I'm so happy to see you. I'm going to call you because I have all kinds of questions. So if no one has anything, we can go on living our lives. And thank you so much for coming and attending. And we're going to try to do this a couple of times, every year so that we can I learned from Izzy, I learned from Paul. So I'm enjoying this. So I'm hoping you're enjoying it as much as I am.
Yes. I was just going to say thank you for everyone for coming out. I love sharing this space. I learned a lot today. The mind and movement of the body has just done a great thing for me. I had a really stressful week last week. And so I just feel like I'm ready to go. Thank you so much.
All right. Well,
I want
thank
to
you
say
all.
thank you. Can you hear me?
It's Karen Kung, isn't it?
Yeah, can you hear me? I want to say that, Carl, I told you, gee, I don't know if I could do that. I can't sit that long and meditate and be still. So I did this, and I have to say that the most amazing thing happened is I'm never still. I mean, I've done yoga, I've done a lot of things, but my mind is always racing to actually stay present. I think towards the end, a lot of the chatter I have in my head became a lot clearer. There was so much chatter. And this time the chatter was a little different. The chatter typically was like this, I can't even focus. But this time the chatter was, I think, what am I doing wrong compared to what am I doing right? And I was so busy, I could never sit and even think about that. And now I'm thinking each day of my life, the pros and the cons. Sheesh, I have a lot to work on. So it was nice to be able to, for the first time, access something like that. And I think maybe hitting 62 is a good time, to start when you're slowing down, supposed to slow down. So thank you very much. I didn't think I could sit or be still like that or quiet. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you, Karen.
All of you. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, well, with that, we will send you love and healing, and probably around March, we'll get back together and meet again and try to find a couple new ways to help ourselves relax and stay de-stressed and pushing through 2023 like that. Going through it. Let's do this. All right, so mahalo and thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Carl, thank you for putting this together. Love you all.
All right.